Ladies and gentlemen, it's finally time. We're here for the semifinals for the conference battles for the Western Conference so far. I'm Veli, this is Stokes. We have some great matchups today. We have Azara versus Disrupt and EG versus Luminosity. How are you feeling about all this?
Feeling pretty good, man. Going to be some impressive games. I'm really looking forward to this Disrupt versus Azara GG game because I don't know how it's going to play out. I have a feeling on how EG versus LG is going to play out, but I always love the unpredictability.
All right, so for those of you that are pretty much new to USN, or if you've been watching, Stokes and I, we give away $700, and Blue, we give away $700 every single week. And there's no reason why every single one of you guys shouldn't be putting in your clips. So Stokes, tell them all about it.
I'll tell you guys a little bit about the Venmo Community Spotlight. You should know about it. We talk about it all the time. It's $700 a week in grand prizes. First place, $500 for your clip. Then second and third as well. You could get $100, and those are all selected by us. So make sure you guys get that clip, post it to YouTube. It can be funny, impressive gameplay, whatever. Use the hashtag to talk about it, but you're going to want the link in order to post your YouTube clip. Right here. Make sure that you already have it uploaded to the YouTube. Keep it below 60 seconds to help us out a little bit, and we might help you a little bit by giving you $500.
I can't count how many times I saw clips that were over a minute long.
Yeah, stop doing that, please.
Stop, please. Stop.
I love you.
Don't do it.
Just don't do me like that.
Stop. Please.
That's what I'm saying.
All right. So for those of you that want to get into the discussion, or if you want to ask us questions that we answer on our recap shows on Mondays, go ahead. Utilize the hashtag on social media, R6USN. You can ask us any type of question. Some smarty out there, even ask the question, hey, does Veli ever top frag in a plat game? Yes.
No.
Yes,
no.
all the time. So, yeah.
I will say this. You know what blew me away? He joined my lobby a couple days ago. I hadn't played Siege in like a week and a half. He joined my lobby. This man was Plat 1 in Europe. And I was like, well, who allowed you to get Plat 1? How does that make any sense at all?
It's all me.
How?
I'm the
That's
best.
because you're a shield main. That's why. That's what it is. He just plays Clash and Montang. That's it. That's all he plays.
And I'm the best at it. Paying the move aside.
I think Mint would definitely want that challenge. 100%.
Oh, Mint don't want that work. But let's talk about the matchups tonight. Let's take a look at the first game of the day. We have Disrupt Gaming, Yeti. You guys all know him. He was at the USN Finals last year, 2018. Spades, Thumbus, Reed, and also Carnage. Carnage has been really good for this team. And Azara. These guys, they have a lot in front of them right now, and it's going to be really interesting. But what are your thoughts about this Disrupt team?
Disrupt has went through kind of a rough ship here of just a rough time span to where they've gotten poached just a little bit. It happens. That's what happens when you have good people in your team and there's other places to go. And, hey, one of the best to ever do it, Scump said it best. If there's people around you that you don't think are on your level and somebody invites you to be on their level,
hey,
you're going to that level. Come on. But especially with Carnage just joining the roster, I feel like they're going to be in a better spot. Carnage is a super impactful entry fragger that I definitely think could use some more time in the limelight. But Azara Gaming is the battle for today for Disrupt. That's what's lined up across from them. It's going to be Wolfie, JC, No Pulse, Pixelated, and Boop. My highlight player from this team's definitely got to be JC, Veli.
Oh, no doubt about it. JC, he was the standout last. He's been the standout every time we've seen Azara Gaming. Not to say that this team as a whole don't perform, but he's really been flashy.
I think that the main thing for me is that he's just so good with his utility. As opposed to how a lot of entry fraggers nowadays just really, really enjoy having the clean and cut, which is just, hey, I got a drone in front of me, I drone in, they give me information, I kill them. He's so good with these informational operators like Valkyrie, Pulse, even, Jackal and stuff on offense where he's able to get his own information to make plays off of that, and they've continued to grow and grow, especially on Coastline, where we saw him quite often getting picks early on with Pulse from underneath.
Yep, big time. So we have a pretty good game today, and already the map bans to see where they're going to play on.
We're powering through, man.
I know, right? We're ready to get this started.
I literally, what time is it? I woke up.
No cafe, no clubhouse.
I woke up an hour and 15 minutes ago. And we're jumping bank. Okay, all right. That's going to be a little bit different.
I like it.
I have not seen the Disrupt squad play bank in a very long time. I have not been paying that much attention to NACL. I know that Flynn's in it and that Flynn is bad at the video game. That's all I know.
That's
it.
Basically it.
Yeah.
All right. So bank, Disrupt. I'm going to have to say, they're the veteran team in this matchup.
So. Oh, absolutely.
But everyone at the end of the day know the ins and outs.
Kind of. You know what I mean? Yeah. You always have one of those squads, especially in just younger squads, that's going to come up, essentially, and match up against, veteran squads very well, i.e., Luminosity, who finished, top 4 in NA this season. Or, I mean, if you want to even go to Europe, we have Na'Vi, who it's their first season in Pro League, and they're number 1. You know what I mean?
Killing
so
it. You never know.
If you're on the come up, you're on the come up. That's how it works.
Yes. So we asked you guys on Twitter, who do you think will win this game? And you guys said below,
Woo! How much faith
for Disrupt Gaming?
How much faith?
Well, you gotta look at it, man. Disrupt, even despite Mo Digga going up to the big leagues, the rest of his team is phenomenal. Yeti is really good.
Yeah, Yeti's pretty good.
Yeah.
I played with Yeti for a very long time.
Yeti's pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty good. So
I'm never going to admit that Xander is amazing at this game. I will never do that. I know him too well. JC and Boop share the same name, last name, and birthday. What?
How?
They are not related and didn't know each other before joining.
What?
Dude, that's
freaky.
Crazy.
That's actually
That is terrifying. That'd be like us showing up to work and then you're like, yeah, my name's Sam Stewart. I'm born in January 25th, 1997.
I'm Sam Stewart. I was born whatever, 1997. That's so weird.
Oh, well, imagine if it was the same hospital, though. That would make it even worse. Maybe they were switched at birth.
Hey, maybe they have some type of chemistry rolling with everything that's going on. No, that actually freaked me out. That was a cool fun fact, but that was really creepy.
That is terrifying.
That's really
I would
scary.
hate that.
Wow.
Did you guys know that there's cousins that play on Dark Zero? But you didn't know that. Crazy.
So, yeah, JC and Boop.
That's
basically the same person on the same team.
I like it when production brings up stuff like this that we've just not been prepped for or they haven't told us about.
The road is a crazy.
That's just crazy, man. That's crazy.
How do we even move on from that?
I wonder if there's somebody that always takes my name on like Uplay and stuff like all except for like Upay, but like everyone else named Stokes.
Yeah.
That also has like the same birthday as me. That'd be very weird.
I mean, so I'm from
Hopefully.
Cali. I moved to the East Coast.
Yeah.
And I met a girl that was born the same day in the same hospital as me. It was like stuff like that actually freaks me out. It's like stop being like me. So yeah, Azara and Disrupt. Fun facts are out there and keep them coming. There's actually more. This is a treat tonight. Disrupt plays for the first time in USN with the new addition of Carnage. Yeah, and Carnage will be replacing Mo Digga like we said before.
Well, no, he's replacing Rainbow.
Rainbow.
Yeah.
Sorry.
They picked up Rainbow from Shrug.
There's been a lot of team changes.
Yeah. So Talon and Rainbow were both on Shrug. They both left their respective teams across CL.
Okay.
And then both of them got dropped off their other squads.
It bees like that.
So that happened. But Disrupt dropped Rainbow and then picked up Carnage for their squad. Okay. They're trying to make a run for the tail end of CL, which they really need to, because otherwise they are not going to be in CL playoffs. So, and it's actually looking like Shrug might be, which would be weird. DG lost Bank 5-7 to Rise Nation in their last matchup, but that last matchup was also when Rise Nation had A Factor.
That was a long time ago. That was
Wait, actually, no, that might be a lot more recent. That actually might be during CL. It might be during CL.
No, they said USN.
Oh, that was for USN? Okay.
That was early. I remember that.
Okay. I'm just going to go check results.
That was when Rise Nation were actually playing lights out, too.
Yeah, A Factor was really good on that squad. That's definitely why he's on Luminosity right now, I can tell you that much.
So Disrupt, they have a chance to redeem themselves and win Bank this time around. And losing on a score like that against Rise Nation, can't really be too upset with that.
No.
Because Rise were disgusting back then. I haven't seen them play recently, but yeah. Another team that's also been going through the blues in USN. It's pretty funny. What are you looking up?
So Disrupt actually just lost to Obey Alliance in both of their recent games for Challenger League. So in case you guys are wondering who Obey Alliance is, it's the old Pittsburgh Embers roster that got picked up. So won't go into that or why it happened, but basically everyone and their brother knows how that went down.
By the way, we're waiting for the lobby to start, waiting for all the players to join, so...
Yeah, don't worry.
Patience.
Don't worry your pretty little heads. Okay, it's all good. Don't worry about it.
So...
I'm just powering through. I'm trying to find this. So they played Rise Nation pretty recently. They lost 7-1 on Border. And then...
Bank.
Yeah, they played Bank. It was October 5th. See, I told you it was going to be recent.
How was it?
They lost 7-5.
Oh, so that was it. I thought it said USN right there.
No, and that's the squad of England, Beastly, Vandal, Adam, and Acid. So that's like old guard now at this point.
Real OG.
Yeah.
But this is it. First game of the day, we're going to have Disrupt Gaming face off against Azara Gaming here on Bank and the operator ban phase.
All right, well, we'll see what Azara Gaming wants to take away from Bank. It's pretty traditional at this point to take away a hard breacher, try and make them decide exactly what hatches they want to go through, especially now that you're on offense, but they're going to pull away the roam clear potential instead, which is not a bad idea at all. Removing Jackal does open up the field of play just a little bit, especially for those extremely powerful roaming operators like Vigil, to where his footprints cannot be tracked. Disrupt's going to follow up with a Habana ban. Getting rid of her makes it to where they have to decide what they want to do with hatches or take more time in getting those hatches open with the torch from Maverick.
All right. Jacqueline and Habana, they're going to be out the game. First defender to be banned, and they're really taking their time with this, too.
Hey, take your time. Make them think about it.
All right, Mira.
Okay.
It's really good, especially down over in the CCTV area.
Yeah, especially with that. Especially since they're on offense as well, just trying to pull away something that, they don't see very often, but, we've seen statistics across the board with Mira that she gets banned out a lot, but even when she's available, she only has about 4% of the time played. And that's really due to the fact that no one designed strats with Mira in play anymore because she's banned out so often that it's so niche, But Bank is one of those maps that, really became more defender-sided because Mira came into play. So it's very easy to just reintegrate her when she is available. Offense, though, going to be bringing the double hard breach setup. It's going to be Maverick and Thermite. They're still going to bring the Thatcher, which is not a bad idea. Can help out with a blue take onto those stairs that we love to see ADS now. We've seen some Warden play on those. But other than that, it's just going to be the duo of the soft destructors, Zofia and Buck, with Spades and Yeti.
And take a look at Post and Ella. The guys that share the same name and the same birthday. They're going to have roam duty, but I believe Post is going to spend a lot of time involved. Possibly where we see him a lot whenever players on the attacking team try to get that plant down, and he'll be able to call them out and throw a nitro cell to eventually try to get that kill. But let's take a look at the setup right now. I wonder if they're going to have a blue stairs hold. I wonder if it's going to be possible to sign them, or if they're going to play hard anchor and back all the way up and try to predict what Disrobe Gamer are going to do with the plants and utilize the toxic babes plus the nitro cells to get the kills.
Attackers have located a bomb.
Well, with the utility that we're seeing on Boop right now as Ella, I'm going to assume that Boop might be playing blue stairs with her Scorpion instead of the FO12, which is perfectly fine. The Scorpion's still extremely good in close range. Just traditionally speaking, we do see a shotgun played on the operator that does play the blue stairs. Doesn't seem like we're going to have that in the cards for this round, but again, Scorpion's still very good in close range. High rate of fire, decent damage margin as well. Definitely makes for a disaster for anyone on the other end of the barrel. We're going to have JC playing underneath, so this is going to be a server hold as well. Kind of an awkward Evil Eye being placed down by the Maestro, though.
So Spade's already not even wasting time at all, getting rid of default cameras, and he's going to drone out the rest of this teller's office and archives area. He wants to make sure, a little run out happening at the moment, wants to make sure that this place is going to be empty as they move on to get the hatches open. Once you get the hatches open, I mean, it's pretty much textbook is what's expected here. You want more lines of sight to get into the site. You want to make sure everyone on defense are going to be bothered with all the openings there. Most importantly, you just want to make sure there's not any roamers that's going to slow you down or get a good flank on you.
All right, well, they're going to have Carnage playing support, which is something that I haven't personally seen him play. I don't believe ever. Every single team that I've seen him on, he's been kind of a supportive offense, but a very roam-heavy defense, playing the Jaeger, playing the Vigil, stuff along those lines. But he's going to be on Thermite and possibly on support as the smoke for this Disrupt squad as well. We'll have to see exactly how they're going to play with him in the roster lineup now that they don't have Brainbow. Azara Gaming, though. These two teams definitely have not scrimmed each other ever, so you're going to be seeing a lot of kind of face checking just to see how the other squad's going to act.
Fill them out a little bit.
Yeah, feel them out a little bit. You don't want to go with the utmost aggression because they might be ready for that. You don't know what they're exactly used to in a playstyle up against them. You're trying to find the most optimal way to go about it. Now, Azara Gaming's already wasted half of their time. I like this setup that they have downstairs. Ella's playing farther away and just waiting for someone to hop over the shield. They have destroyed it. There's going to be a frag grenade that goes downstairs. It might pick up a little bit of damage, and it will. Boop now locked down. Here's another one of his Grismont mines go off, able to find the head of Yeti and follows it up with another shot into Thumbus, and that's going to be the Thatcher removed from play.
And Boop is bopping him on the head. Nice double kill to start things off for Azara Gaming. So Disrupt, now you're down by 2, less than a minute left. What are you going to do? No, but they're still going to challenge Boop, and Reed is going to get the best of that. But take a look at the backup coming in from no post. He goes over to blue stairs, challenges the fight, But then he realizes, hey, you know what? We're up in numbers, and take a look at the time. There's no need to get into that type of altercation. So backing up with the rest of his teammates, it's going to be the best player for Jaeger at the moment. But Spades, he's going to challenge Maestro and get the best of him. Spades with the double kill of his own. Great job and great answer back coming in from that team.
That's going to be a major issue now that we're down to 20 seconds. Reed's going to take down No Pulse, and all of a sudden the man advantage has flipped over to Disrupt. You thought Azara Gaming had all of it, but peeled right from their hands. Has to try and counter the man inside of Garage, but he's going to get quickly dispersed, and Disrupt Gaming going to take the first round.
How does that happen? So
you don't account for someone to rotate.
And not even that. So Maestro, he had the call because he had the Maestro cam, the Evil Eye, over in Garage. And when they saw Sophia starting to rotate over, yeah, Sophia, she did get rid of the camera. But you know what? They just peeked it. They peeked it, and they lost the gunfight. So in a game where Azara Gaming were able to get a 2K and everything looked really good for them, Disrupt Gaming, they were given an opportunity due to Azara's slip-ups to take that win from them. That's a big mistake coming in from Azara. So we're going to go right back downstairs once more in JC. Instead of bringing Pulse, we're going to have Mozzie. So it's going to be a lot more freedom to roam around, a lot more aggression coming in from Mozzie, and a lot more playmaking ability. Not so much on gathering intel from that cardiac scanner, but the intel is going to come from hacking drones. If he's able to do that, he's going to be pretty dynamic in that sense.
Now, the main issue for Azura Gaming in that instance was that they did not account for someone to try and force a rotate. After you pick up multiple kills and have man advantage in your favor on the defense, the offense has to try and act up, Belly. And they tried to make the intelligent play that ended up working out for them. They rotated someone through Garage, try and push somebody through main stairs, do something along those lines to try and shake something up, maybe get a pick, bring man advantage a little bit closer together. But Disrupt ended up taking over the entire round, all because Spades decided to walk in the Garage and they had no information on it. I mean, you already had somebody dead. We had the Ella die pretty early on, and we also saw that they placed an Evil Eye inside of that area, I do believe. I believe that we saw at least one camera the last time. I believe Wolfie put one in here. Yeah, it's the exact same place. So, for me, when you have someone that's already dead on your team, why are they not watching your flank?
No, Wolfie, he knew Zofia was there the entire time, though. That's the thing.
Yeah, but it didn't help them. That's what I'm saying. Even if they did have the information.
No, they had the information, but they said, you know what, we feel like we're on top of the road. You know, we already got the 2K from Boop on server stairs. Let's just continue to peek them. And that wasn't the play. That over-aggression coming in and that cockiness. I can't be mad at it. It just didn't work out for him.
I don't know. Personally, I feel like the comms weren't there for that. I don't think that they had the proper info onto where she was in relation to the actual door, because they were peeking extremely wide. It looked like they were trying to gather angles instead of prepping themselves for a gunfight that they were entering. But that's all in round one for you guys, and that's Siege in general. We can talk about the same round for 15 minutes because there's so much stuff to always go through. We are going to have quite a bit of a roam game here from Azura Gaming, though. JC going to be upstairs as opposed to downstairs like he was last time as the Pulse. So this time we're going to be rocking that Mozzie that we heard Veli talking about earlier on. Just going to keep those pests online so they can't drone him. Going to get shot through the wall is Yeti, though, off of some sound cues.
Yeah, the pinch is starting to come in. They know exactly where Mozzie is, and maybe a 2 to 3 person pinch might be the play right now. You see him hiding in archives, and oh my gosh, Thumb is extremely close to getting that player down, and yep, he's going to rotate right into the line of sight that Reed currently has. Now, that's going to be one roamer down, and one more left to go in archives. He's going to get the drop. No Pulse making big plays for Azara Gaming.
That's a huge misplay from Reed. Yeti will be able to get the refrag, but he's going to pay his life almost for equality there. Spades, quite a bit of damage dealt to him. Boop, though, laying down inside the kitchen, will down one. Carnage to refrag, though, and gets Yeti back up. So Yeti going to be at 20 HP. A little bit of a reset, but it's not going to be very much. They're definitely going to have to be worried about Pixelated downstairs. Those toxic babes definitely doing enough damage to kill both of them with a single one. Carnage likely has a diffuser and still has an exothermic charge, so open up one of the hatches, then more than likely rotate down to server in order to get that open. Actually, no. He's going to use both of his exothermic charges upstairs, so they don't want to go for a server take here. Recognize out that, hey, we both have low HP. We'd like to go for something maybe a little bit more aggressive. Throw Azara Gaming off kilter. Stun grenades not pouring in, but Wolfie going to have the first kill.
So hatch is open and Wolfie evens the odds. Now it's going to be a 2 versus 2. Less than a quarter minute of time left and Pixelated. He's going to drop Carnage. So now 1v2, what is Yeti gonna do? He's gonna die, and that's it. Azara Gaming, they're gonna pick up that round. Yeah, Another round where it looks like one team has it in the bag, and then it slips away. They fumble immediately.
Yeah, there's a lot of bag fumbling going on. I definitely agree with you there. I think that the main takeaway from the game so far is that both teams do not seem to know exactly how they want to counter out somebody countering them.
Yeah.
So, for instance, Azara Gaming in the very first round has a very, very good start to the round. 2 picks right off of Boop's efforts on blue stairs with the Ella, but they don't account for anyone rotating. And, Veli says, yeah, they had the information, but you didn't capitalize on the information. You didn't peek properly. You took one-on-one gunfights with a Zofia at range you didn't even know was peeking you. So it just seems like comms across the board are really not in the favor of either team. They actually seem a lot more equal than I thought this was going to be. I assumed this is going to be kind of free reign for Disrupt to take over, take the reins, and run away with it. But as of right now, their roam clear isn't even that good. Like, we're getting drone pressure. We're getting information onto Pulse. Onto JC that last round. But you're still getting fragged out by him off of weird peaks. You know what I mean? Or, when they were trying to deal with Legion inside of Archives, we ended up getting that 2K. We see Reed commit through, but he doesn't even really know where Legion is. He just walks through the door and is just walking through barbed wire and dies for no reason at all. He could have just held the door, held his rotate, allowed the push to come in from the other side through the actual lobby, through the teller's office area. Instead, he tries to do it all in a one-man army style and gets removed from the game for it.
It doesn't work.
No, it does not.
And Azara Gaming, they're going to go with what's been working with for them so far. The heavy roam game was
They've got some weird stuff, man.
Yeah, their heavy roam
like
game in Archives is something that I really don't see often in general, but it worked.
I see that decently often with, usually with utility there. They didn't really have too much. Obviously, they had some pests and a little bit of barbed wire, but usually we'll see a couple reinforcements or some rotate holes made and stuff like that. That time around, no, but it didn't seem to matter because it actually ended up working out in their favor anyways, especially off of that roam game. Thumbus going to be on the north windows, though, now. And it's going to be the CEO office, which is a site that is regularly played on Bank. Traditionally, we go downstairs to upstairs to mid-floor, but we've seen quite a few teams actually allocating themselves over to open area as of late.
All right, no post. Gonna get the drop on Yeti, and the air jab is activated, and Reed gets the easy kill.
You take that trade.
Yeah, great 1-for-1, an eye for an eye, and that's exactly what Disrupt needed. Still tied game, and winning a round on attack is a really good thing for Disrupt, even though Azara Gaming dropped that first round.
Where is Pixelated?
They're
Where did
not
he kill
looking,
Carnage?
Yeah, they're not looking to drop anymore as Pixelated gets another kill for him. And Azara are going to be up by 1 player so far. Buck is going to be gone, so it's 2 frag grenades and skeleton keys that's going to be unavailable throughout the remainder of the round. And the Hard Breacher will go down along with IQ. Woofy is just gunning at the moment.
So Azara Gaming, with this very unique setup upstairs, is creating new angles that Disrupt have not seen before. I know that probably most of you are wondering what's going on. That's really what's punishing them right now. You see that Carnage had the diffuser. He hopped in through stock and died immediately because they have an angle being held from Janitor's Closet that's not traditionally there. But they have it open so that they can see the window. Even right here, you see Spades is going to actually end up getting down. He's going to get impacted. And that's from another very awkward angle that you're not used to seeing. So when Spades goes to check the routine angles, then JC just gets a free kill on him because of the extremely weird angle that he's holding as opposed to what is regularly held, which is a lot of times why you see those kills happen where it's like they don't have any information but they still get a kill. Yeah. They're holding a regular angle. And that's something that a lot of pros will say, I got caught holding an angle, got caught holding an angle, peek off of information, don't hold an angle, stuff like that. But Azara Gaming is taking that one step further and going, okay, if you don't have information on my position, I just win the gunfight because it's such a weird angle that I am holding that I just win. You're never going to be able to face check it properly.
And they're peeking in these weird sites as well. I mean, who would have thought there was going to be 2 roamers in Archives and 1 more in open when they're playing CCTV?
I mean, we've seen heavy roam game before.
It, but yeah, they're throwing a lot at this right now. No real standard looks. And something I really like. It's our gaming. They're really shooting for that spot to go to land. So here we are. Teller's in Archives. Reed is going to be donning Nomad, which is going to be really good, especially for the fact that Azara Gaming, they're roaming quite heavily. So if anybody tries to come up on the flank or tries to even make a swift rotation, it's going to be shut down and knock him on their butt. And hopefully it could give him an easy kill like it did last round. Doc is going to be in play. Somebody got a promotion. Love to see it. Pixelated on Jaeger and Boop on Vigil. If Boop could have another round like he did the first round, that'll really help out the Azara gaming team.
Going to be a top floor hold from Azara Gaming, which is exactly what needs to happen.
Attackers must locate and defuse.
You can definitely tell that this squad is actually showing up, man. I'm actually pleasantly surprised at how well Azara Gaming are doing on defense. And again, you also always have to keep this in mind. There is tape on Disrupt, folks. There is not tape on Azara Gaming at all, which makes it extremely difficult. It's something that we've heard pro players talk about inside of USN before, that it's very, very difficult when you play up against a squad that knows what they're doing, and there is absolutely no tape on them.
The one thing that's really working for Azara is the fact that they're well-rounded. It's not just one player that's taking over the game like we see in most matches. I mean, take a look at Wolfie as Maestro, being able to get the double kill.
Uh-oh.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Boop. Oh, is Boop going? Is Boop flying?
Be about that life. Nah.
It's a good thing he isn't, because Thumbus is going to the roof.
Yeah. But like I was saying, they're well-rounded. Whether you have their hard anchor getting a double kill or, you know, they're roamers just fragging out of their minds. It's a really good thing. But Vigil, he's flirted with danger. And I wonder if he's going to try to get the jump on anybody. This can be either really good or really bad. But with the air jabs currently in place, he's going to have to be careful about where he's running. But Utility is going to chase him out the way, and another air jab being placed. That run out is not going to happen in that doorway now.
It's hot.
No, it's not. Exothermic charge will go off on the left panel, though, and establish quite a few lines of sight. It'll make it difficult to rotate through the upstairs area. Still going to have quite a few pixel angles being held, a couple of punch holes inside of the meeting room as well. Drone will finally be able to find the Vigil, the man that's so hard to find on those cameras will actually be able to live a little bit. He's actually going to hop out, takes Thumbus with him, and he's actually going to be safe. He assumes somebody's going to hop out the windows, continues to contest those, knows at this point he's basically a dead man walking as Spades continues to round the corner slowly and steady. Is he actually going to end up finding the kill? Yes, he will. Yeti with a frag as well. On the other end of things, Yeti's taken over the upstairs, but not very much time. Has still all of his skeleton key ammo, though, so he'll be able to destruct this floor as much as he wants in order to make a few lines of sight, but he's going to take quite a bit of damage from Wolfie downstairs.
Yeah, the aggression paid off for Boop, but then he fell shortly. There was nobody there to watch his back, and Dot going down around the same time as him. Big blow. The Spades working his angle, not able to connect, but with the rotation happening, he's not going to get a second chance at that shot. Now, looking at a new fight, you still have Buck up top with a quarter health left. He's trying to make something happen, but with 30 seconds left to go, Yeti, he's going to get the double.
Disrupt is not scared of this timer, and why would you be? There's only 2 remaining. You have everything at your disposal in order to win this round. They just have to worry about JC. They know the angle's established. It's a routine thing to do now, but Pixelated might be able to throw a wrench into things as well as he downs Reed. All of a sudden, this becomes all the more dire. They have to get this diffuser down, and they have the information. Pixelated is looking for him. He finds one behind the desk. He'll be able to call that out to his teammate. JC probably has another one. He does. Spades is actually going to win out the gunfight. Tries to fire back through the wall, but doesn't find him. JC on a little bit of HP at this point in time. Still does not have very much comparative to the other two on the other end, though. Spades actually going to concuss him once. Does still have to have another one, which he'll follow through with. Destroys the Evil Eye, but it's also going to break the cubicle as well. So line of sight going to be established for that as JC rotates through lobby. I don't know if they're going to find him just yet. They definitely heard it off of the shot now from the UMP-45 as they both hold an angle on the door. And this should be a pretty easy cleanup. Disrupt finding round 4.
Winning these rounds on attack is really big, especially considering the fact that Bank is such a defender-sided map, and rightfully so. It is way harder to attack because of the obstacles that are going to be in your way, especially when you go down to CCTV or tellers and archives. But Disrupt, they've done a great job, and I'm going to have to credit Yeti. Yeti up top, even though he had only a little bit of HP left, still being able to frag out and get a double kill. That's quality. That's exactly what you need. Azara had to jump with Boop, literally jumping out the window and getting that frag. But, he stayed complacent in that corner. He was waiting for something to happen, and I don't know exactly what he was waiting for or when he planned to run back inside, but
when you go for that hop out, it's very unlikely that you make it out.
Yeah.
Extremely unlikely. So when you do commit to that, if you end up getting a kill, okay, well, at least it's a 1-for-1. And he assumed since they had square control that somebody was going to hop from the square windows in order to try and get a freebie. And he was going to make it to where it was not a freebie and that he just got another kill and they fed another one to the walls. But that didn't happen. Disrupt was able to actually bring that round back from the depths where we thought it was going to be all doom and gloom, but it was not. And they're able to win out the round due to the vertical efforts of Yeti with that skeleton key. For right now, though, personally speaking, I would say that Disrupt is almost showing a little bit too much respect for Azara Gaming. Like, they're trying to feel them out. You can definitely sense that on the offensive side, and they might turn it up when it gets to the defensive side. Maybe there's a little bit more comfortable. But there is a lot of respect that's being put towards Azara Gaming right now that usually we don't see from Disrupt when we really see them pop off. You know, usually it is those disrespectful-esque plays that put you ahead because you just think they're on an equal playing field as you, not, hey, we need to respect this, we need to figure out what they're doing. You know, we've seen a lot of squads now that have come through with this, I really don't care who's on the other end of me type stuff, and I really feel like Disrupt just either doesn't have that cohesion yet, or it's just not in the cards for them.
They've been going through some rough times, but I mean, pretty much that's granted whenever you make a team change, or as many team changes as they made. The core has been shaken up just a tad bit, but with top control of Square at the moment, Thumbus knows exactly where he needs to go in. This is the same defensive setup that Azara Gaming had last time they were here. You have ADS down below with Pulse calling out players. You also have Ella just waiting to pick up kills if anybody even tries to contend to step foot inside those blue stairs. But Spades, the player that we saw on a crazy flank last time around, is working his way on his main stairway, and I don't believe there's going to be anybody close enough to stop him if he wants to advance that way.
Nah, you won't see him do that just yet. He needs to get rid of a little bit of barbed wire. And also still has to worry about Boop, who could have possibly put a Grisma mine there. Even though he does have the sister buff, which if you didn't know, Zofia and Ella are sisters, and their concussions actually do less effect overall comparative to any other operator in the game. So if you lifeline concuss Ella, it takes less time to come back, and if one of the Grismots go off on Zofia, it takes less time for your screen to come back.
Yeti taking his time in the gunfire, wants to stop him from advancing, but the frag grenade is currently being cooked, and yeah, he's not going to pull a Kobe. A little bit of LeBron, he's going to be way off the mark. So sprayed down the stairs, and still quiet on all fronts. No player has died yet.
Less Kobe a little bit. Less Kobe, a little bit more Shaq free throws.
Pretty much, yeah.
Bomb located by attackers.
So less than a minute now, and Yeti, he's going to continue to push. The barbed wire isn't going to be of effect, and you see the defense start to retreat backwards. They don't want to contend this fight, rightfully so. And Yeti's going to do his best that he can to open up lines of sight to try to get a peek or two so they can get this bomb down. 34 seconds left, and everybody's left alive. This is where all the action is going to start kicking up.
Exactly. Need to get this diffuser down. It's going to be in Carnage's hands. Thumbus with the very first frag to take down Wolfie. No longer having access to those evil eyes is a huge deal. Obviously, you can still see through them. He'll still be able to see through that smoke. They try to challenge, but no, he's actually going to end up losing out the fight to No Pulse all the way from Garage. A quick shot also takes down Yeti as the trades continue to ensue. Disrupt still has man advantage and the diffuser down. This is going to get all the more difficult for Azara to try and bring this back, but they're even waiting. They have a Claymore set up. Spade's still waiting at the top of main. He hears it popped, landing on a very awkward angle. There's no way Pulse wins it out. JC now in a 1 versus 3. Diffuser at a half-point margin now. He does check up into the main hatch, but Reed's going to be on the opposite side.
This is definitely going to be a loss, and Spades is going to prove me right. As the 1v3 wasn't clutchable, Disrupt Gaming, they're going to win 3 rounds on attack right now. That's huge. That's humongous. So, can they keep it up? We have 1 more round until halftime. This is going to be it before both teams switch sides. Disrupt Gaming, if they happen to go 4-2 and they switch over to defense, that might be all she wrote. But then again, at the same time, Azara Gaming, they might turn up on that end as well. So, Wolfie is going to be on Maestro. Once again, we saw him pull off a pretty interesting clutch last time we saw him here on USN. But going up top is going to be a given because we see JC on Castle. That's the best place to play him.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I think he's definitely a really, really good addition to CEO. We see him pretty often on actually a lot of the upstairs sites. We see him often on Archives, Open Area, as well as CEO. We just really don't see him downstairs unless they're going to commit to an extended roam, possibly all the way upstairs where you'd want some castle barricades, to be able to break those long lines of sight that help out ACOGs win out gunfights so often. As typically speaking, what you're going to see Castle Barricades dedicated to is chopping up the map, making it a little bit more difficult for those ACOG users to get those long lines of sight, unless obviously they bring soft destruction like Ash's breaching rounds, or possibly Zofia, which we're going to see in almost 100% of lineups, just because of how good she is as a soft destructor as well as her weapon loadouts.
Yep.
10 seconds to go.
Thumbus able to get a kill last round. He wanted to join the party,
5
so
seconds to go.
good for him. But Disrupt Gaming with the Castle Barricades up. You're gonna have Zofia. She's gonna be able to dispose of them quite easily. But no post with all the traps, with all the group mines he's gonna be able to produce. And take a look at this group spawn right here. They can run right in the lobby possibly and start getting to work. I imagine we're gonna have a player or two on Repel to try to get an early pick, and hopefully it works out for him. See Spades, he's gonna get right into the action.
Yes, indeed. Going to be repelling on the front of bank. Pretty traditional. And Reed going to be handling the air jabs downstairs, making sure that no one can possibly run out while he is on those western windows repel, which is the traditional way of handling lobby. Get somebody on the front of bank, get somebody on the side, on the western windows, and try and make sure that no one can possibly contest you from banana. We've seen quite a few fights happen in front office from these angles. Typically speaking, happening with a dock or somebody with a longer distance sight or access to one, rather than like a Legion, for instance, which only has the access to the 1x sights on his T95 SMG. Yeti going to be going into lone office downstairs, though. Gets rid of that initial cam inside of lobby as Disrupt is looking to take over. Has some barbed wire troubles on Grand Stairs, but will soon get rid of that. Now they are seeing the castle. So I like this way that they are going about it. They know they're going back upstairs. Yeti and the rest of the DG squad have already seen how they, Azara Gaming, like setting up the upstairs site. So they know that there's some extremely weird things that are going on over on square sides. They're going to go for a lobby take instead.
Rightfully so. All players up to live. Yeah, this has been pretty much a slow pace game the last 2 rounds, as both teams are not really sure how to get the stop. And we've seen is mostly due to part to the fact that Azara Gaming, they haven't been too aggressive on the roam ever since they started losing a lot more. And do you agree with that change in strategy and mindset, that pace? I really liked it when they forced the issue.
I think for their upstairs side especially, it's very, very dangerous to roam because you're off by yourself. There's not very much assistance you can get from upstairs, and if somebody does try to assist you, you're going to get fragged out just like Pulse. It's going to be the Legion. Not very early on, though, so still going to have plenty of those goo mines down that could always be a nuisance. A thorn in your side, if you will, my friends. Another frag for Yeti, though, as he actually ends up pushing through front office. JC to fall. Reed will actually fall in tandem, though, as Wolfie claims the first frag for Azara. Frag grenade now going out from the DG side, but going to fall onto deaf ears. Thumbus following things up, though, and Wolfie to falter as well. It's all down to Boop in a 1 versus 4. This is where the roam game gets very difficult. They don't know where he is until now. And Disrupt will end up taking their offensive side 4-2.
Even though they lost a player, I'm going to say that round was flawless. The execution was all the way there. And Azara, their defense was set up to protect them from top square. Whenever they came up on Repel and even up main stairs, it seemed too easy. Spades starting to get the entry kills, starting to rack up a few kills. It's looking rough right now.
Yeah.
But we're going to see Clash coming into play.
Uh-oh.
No. Oh, yeah, so Clash is going to come into play for Likers and CCTV.
Might be a 6-pick. You never know.
Yeah.
Either that or they're going to have Carnage play blue stairs. But the thing that they do really have to worry about is Zofia. So they're going to 6-pick. Going to switch over to Kaid. So when you do see this lineup, I really, really like this. I really like this. So Disrupt is reading into the fact that that the offense is not bringing a Thatcher. So extremely intelligent 6-pick from Disrupt to switch over to the Kaid, because now they can lock down the server hatch, and Azara Gaming have nothing that they can possibly do besides either lifeline it, get down blue stairs, have a Twitch drone roll downstairs, or dedicate your Maverick torch to getting the server hatch open. That's the only avenues that they have.
Wow. Yeah, they're definitely.
That's a big misplay by not bringing the Thatcher.
Oh, big time. So great read coming in from Disrupt Gaming. And just a reminder for those of you that are just tuning in, today we're going to have 2 games. This is going to be the first of the 2. They're best of 1s. The 2 teams that win tonight will play in the best of 3. The winner of that goes to land. It's that easy, that simple. And that's how it works. And we're going to do this for the Eastern Conference on Thursday as well. So, on board with Yeti. Yeti is going to be on Maestro. Okay.
Hey, Yeti on Maestro. What's wrong with that, huh?
I like it.
Huh?
I like it.
You give the guy that can, partially aim a good gun.
Yeah. No, Yeti's impressive, man.
Oh, Yeti's very impressive. As much as I love to meme on Yeti, I've known Yeti for a very long time.
Yeah, and
really long time.
Even when you look at the VOD from USN Finals last year, he was a really impressive roamer.
Yeah.
And he was a big part of their success. He's the reason why they actually almost beat Evil Geniuses.
Yeah.
Seeing him on a hard anchor, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, to be completely honest, Yeti is just extremely aggressive, and he's always been that way. He's been that way since his Xbox days. He's going to be the guy that you go, okay, there's no way he does this, but he'll do it. You know what I mean? Like he'd roam up Grand Stairs right now if he's on roam game. Like he just pulls everything out of the bag. It isn't just the most intelligent plays. Sometimes it's some off the wall stuff that ends up bagging him a kill because no one thinks that he's going to do it or take that avenue of attack. Azara on the clear now, though, as you see some drone work coming around main stairs. Pixelated worried about blue, but again, this is where not having a Thatcher is definitely going to get you into some trouble. We're going to see Reed at the top of blue stairs with a shield, also an M590, which is going to lay a Claymore pre-fires, but obviously not going to find anything. All these ADSs down now are going to continue to make this difficult. We're going to have to see some quick footwork here from the Kaid. Not going to work out.
Yep. Kai's claw was not going to be in effect, but with the player hiding behind server, yeah, he's going to back-tail it. No, Thumbus is going to challenge it anyways. He rotates around, gets a better angle, and drops Pixelated. What a great play. And look at Space. He's waiting. So we always say that there's no counter for Maverick, but there's always a counter if you're able to kill him, right? You love to see it. So he's going to challenge that, and I love the aggression coming in from Disrupt Gaming, kind of mimicking the aggression that we saw from Azara, but it seems like Disrupt, they're doing it a lot better. And Reed, despite the shield going down, he's going to hold it strong on these stairs.
Yeah, still holding down server, working out for him. Going to actually pop a few pellets into the butt end of the thermite. Still challenging this hatch is Thumbus, though. Dancing back and forth. Reed to win out, though, on one. That's booped down, so no more Zofia to worry about. This just gets easier and easier as time goes on. They do have a couple of the other hatches open, but Azara Gaming looking desperate at this point in time.
Under 30 seconds left now, and Reed has not been removed from these stairs, and the challenge is here. Reed gets a double kill. Oh, but the triple was out of arm's reach. As Wolfie is going to get the nice quality kill, but still Azara, despite getting that kill, is going to be a 2v4. Time isn't going to be on their end, and they're either going to have to get a plant down or out-frag him, and it's looking very unlikely. Thumbus and Yeti getting the final 2 kills, and that's all that Disrupt Gaming needed.
Yep, that's going to push it to 5-2 in favor of Disrupt, and just an overall good round from them. They did the proper things, and that really just leads all the way back to the 6 pick that we saw. Azara Gaming not showing face of a Thatcher, very smart 6 pick over to the Kaid, and it's, not just the hatch that you have to worry about that, Belly. They obviously got the hatch open, but the main thing is that they could not get rid of any of the ADSs on blue stairs, which allowed Reed to just play as aggressive as he possibly wanted to on the smoke up that staircase, because you can't get him off unless you stun dump or something along those lines in order to get your utility in. So he can continue to just play the shield and doesn't have to worry about anything.
I love the term stun dump.
Yeah.
I actually never heard that.
Yeah. Utility burn.
Oh, I'm going to steal that.
Hey, I'm not saying that I do it right. I just have a couple of things that make me sound smart.
It's catchy. It sticks.
Yeah.
So there's one thing that USN does that Pro League doesn't do. You don't have ties.
Have quality casters.
Okay.
Just kidding.
Yeah,
don't clip this and put it on Reddit. I don't want to get fried. I love them.
Yeah, we don't have ties, and that means that Disrupt Gaming, even if Azara comes back and they win 6 rounds to Disrupt, they're going to have to play through overtime. But Disrupt, they're looking to take the win. So if they win 2 rounds here, that's it. They move on to the best of 3 in order to qualify for LAN. But if they let Azara Gaming match them 6-6, it can go to overtime. But still, is that going to happen from what we've been seeing so far?
I like this camera placement here from Spades outside. So instead of putting it up on the building, he's actually going to put it in one of the bushes outside. And we actually almost see a kill from Pixelated off of the soft wall that's directly inside of Electric Room from the door. So A pre-fire that doesn't happen too often, but a pre-fire nevertheless. Boop going to be working the front of the building once again, just like we saw Disrupt do a couple of rounds ago when they were on offense. So Boop going to adopt that mantle instead of anyone else. Zofia, definitely the proper operator for the job, has that ACOG on the M762, a weapon that doesn't have too much recoil, so at range you're pretty well off.
Boop. Pretty far away. So, Evil Eye is currently being placed in with Sledge in play. Zofia, she's going to be free to get rid of Maestro's cameras. This Sledge, he's going to do all the dirty work to get rid of those barricades. And it's going to be all about timing and staying alive if they're able to get close enough to get those barricades down. But Boop, once more, he wants to get an early pick. So some drone work and repel shots. They're just going to come in soon. He's going to try to get an early pick. Early picks were something that they excelled at earlier on in the map.
Oh, okay.
At this time around, as JC hits himself with his own flashbang. Great job.
I would not advise doing that. They're very bright. It's like almost staring into the sun. Some stun grenades now going to pour into Janitor, and Reed's actually going to get read out. So another stun to follow up, but they're not going to capitalize on anything. So a little bit of a misuse of utility there from Azara Gaming. Definitely not a misuse by Disrupt, though, as Spade starts things off by taking out Wolfie. That's going to be the Thermite as well. That's a huge pick. He's already setting up the round for victory. They do have a single panel open already, though. Azara Gaming, not in the worst instance at this point in time, but definitely worse for wear.
All right. Pulse. A little bit of utility play. And speaking of utility, that Toxic Babe is going to keep him at bay. In about 10 more seconds now, be able to make that push. But Carnage, he's going to start the party with a nice kill. 4v3 for Disrupt Gaming underneath the minute. And Reed is going to read JC like a bug. Getting a nice headshot to drop him down. But another challenge is coming in for Reed. And Reed is, yeah, he's ready. That player's going to back up. He wants no static.
Yeah, I don't think he wants the smoke, Val. I don't think he wants it all. It's actually going to be a trade out. Boop's still alive. He's inside of lobby, but Pixelated actually killed Yeti, and Reed got the refrag. So a little bit of a weird instance there. I would have liked to have seen how that happened, but very good on Disrupt to play the trades. Boop does have some information, though, as well as 2 concussions. Only 20 seconds remain. He's definitely going to need to try and get up the square stairs, but he's got Spades to worry about. He's currently poised, and they have no more info on him. He knows where the diffuser is, does not know that Spades is at the top of the square stairs. This should be a pretty easy kill for him. 3, 2, 1, dead. There you go.
Spades, Reed. Reed really held it down.
Yeah.
Azara, pick it up. This is it. How bad do you really want it? We're going to find out now.
You remember when I said that Disrupt was showing a little bit too much respect for Azara Gaming?
Yeah. They're not
it's shifted gears at this point. Disrupt are doing really whatever they want to do now. They've kind of gotten to their comfortability factor, and it's working extremely well for them. Azara Gaming on the other end, though, are not doing what we've seen this squad do before on offense. When we saw them on Coastline, they were well pedigreed. You know what I mean? Well pedigreed. Excuse me, not pedicured. They were well pedigreed in it. You know, they had a very well put together offense. They knew exactly what they wanted. It was clean cut, and that was really all they needed in order to pull rounds. But this time around on their offensive side, there's a lot of solo pushing going on. They're taking ones. It's just not working out for them, especially when they were trying to stack up on Janitor Closet. That's a little ridiculous. And also the fact that you don't have anyone watching archives as well from Square up top, and you're not worried about anyone trying to rotate underneath to blow up your Thermite. It's the most important player. There's a couple key factors that they're missing on their offensive side of Bank that should just not be happening. It's something that especially their coach is going to be watching, you know, right now and going, okay, this is the stuff that we need to do. This is not, you know, the end of the streak. Obviously, we still have the wild card, and Azara Gaming, I feel with a couple of tweaks, are definitely in the running to possibly at least make it to the playoffs of the wild card and see if they can possibly get there. But I can tell you there are quite a few teams that are still going to be holding things down that they have to get through.
I'm going to say it now, Azara Gaming, I mean, first off, they should have 3 rounds won at the moment because they threw away the first one. But I like their fast and heavy play style. Like that's the way they were winning. And once they stopped that, they committed to a really slower paced game. They allowed Disrupt to beat them with these really long and slow reads to overcome through strategy. And that was it. Azara Gaming, they were winning through fragging. And Disrupt, they were winning from pinches. So it's kind of a give and take. And Azara, they need to start taking a lot more than they're giving to them.
Exactly. Disrupt is a team that can really disperse a slow and steady gameplay style, and that's exactly what they're showing you right now, is that Azara Gaming are going about this with a very slow, methodical pace, and Disrupt thrives in that because they are able to just ramp things up really whenever they want. They're able to produce these picks that continue to make these rounds just so very easy for them. Boot might have himself in some trouble as Thumbus is reading out where those rounds are flying from due to those bullet tracers as well as that sound presence. So he knows he's over here on the lobby windows. Southwestern side is exactly where he's at. JC to start things off, though, is Carnage Falls. That's actually a pretty big pick. That's going to be the dock that removes one of the ACOGs from play. All of a sudden, it's just down to 1.
I really love that early pick by JC. And it's about time JC finally woke up and started to make something happen. But utility is in play, and the stun grenade is going to blind him. So, boop, it's going to catch Thumbus right behind the back. It's going to down him immediately in a nitro cell. Oh, he's not going to use it. Okay. So Yeti, with the callouts, is definitely going to be there, but taking his time now. I wonder if he's going to challenge this, or if he's going to wait for them to come to him. Either way, he's in a great spot at the moment, and Spades is really holding his angle for a long time. He wants those kills, and he's really good with that SMG up close. But yeah, not in that instance.
Oh, Nitro saw it go off, and all of a sudden we're a little bit closer to being equalized here. Pixelated taking quite a bit of damage. Only a minute left for Disrupt to hold down the defense and actually push themselves into our final stage here before the LAN, which is those conference finals. But they have to win this round in order to do it. Azara Gaming, though, trying to play devil's advocate, throw a wrench into the plans of Disrupt, at least for this round. They have all of the info in the world they could possibly need in order to get things off, all of the picks, but they still have to worry about Yeti. No more Nitro Cell, but can tell where this push is going to be coming from. We're going to have Reed playing a little offside. He's playing in the actual Teller's area instead of Teller's office. They're going to have quite a few pings coming through onto Elevator Hallway now, so Disrupt definitely knows where this is going to be coming from. This looks to be a one-front attack. Reed's actually going to drop down on a late flank. It's all going to be up to Yeti to try and shut things down, and he'll follow through. It's all of a sudden just JC. He finds one, but all he has to do is play time and wait for the diffuser to go down, and this is going to be locked up by Reed. This is such an easy find. Does he know where he is? Oh, he sees the diffuser. That's going to be a quick knife, and it's going to be a GG all around. Disrupt Gaming are your first team from the, I believe, Western Conference, remember this correctly.
Yeah.
To go to the finals for this stage.
Yeah, so now, only thing that's standing in front of him to go to LAN is Marcy walks away dancing from spectating. It's going to be a best with...
We love him, don't we?
Definitely. It's going to be a best with 3. If they're able to win that against the winner of Evil Geniuses and Luminosity.
That's where things get difficult.
That's where things get pretty juicy, but like I said, it's a best of 3, so it's going to be a really long-fought game. But Disrupt Gaming today, they're going to be victors in the first game of the day, knocking out Azara.gg. Great effort. They made it this far. We still have wild card. We're running out of time. Like, this is not a time to really slack off when it comes to these qualifiers.
No, it's not. And for Azara Gaming, you have quite a few takeaways from that matchup as we play some replays in the background as I talk you guys through this. Azara Gaming early on were able to find a lot of pressure onto Disrupt, but it soon fell off, Veli, and there's a main reason for that we kind of tried to spell out for you guys throughout the round, and it's that they just stopped applying pressure. They were going slow and methodically about things, and it made Disrupt very comfortable. Disrupt was allowed to do whatever they wanted to do. When you're on the offense, your job is to shut down that defense, restrict what they can do, restrict pathing, whatever you have to go, whatever means you have to go about it in order to restrict what their game plan is, that is what you do. And that is not something that we saw Azara Gaming do into the latter rounds, but we saw it on offense on their offensive side, we did not see that into any of their offensive rounds at all, and that's why you saw Disrupt just continue to run up those rounds on them. Azara Gaming not getting a single offensive round, whereas defensive side for Disrupt, they were able to just run through them.
You know, looking at these replays, every time you see an Azara member die, it's a solo push.
Yeah.
No refrag capability.
Nope.
Solo push, solo peek, no frag at all.
Especially Reed inside a janitor. The amount of times that they just stun dumped it and didn't push it, or things along those lines. I mean, you're just wasting utility at this point.
That was the first time they pushed together.
Well, even then, I mean, you're just stacked up on top of each other. That's an easy kill for anyone with eyeballs.
You're right.
You know? You need a right hand and eye sockets. That's literally it.
You need something.
You know?
But you know what they need now? They need a qualifier to get back to the stage and hopefully land.
I think that with more experience, Azara Gaming will be in a fine spot.
Yeah.
This is not a bad squad at all. It's just practice, especially going up against a team like this. Like, again, for you guys, you go, oh, it's just a CL team, whatever. For these guys, that's a big deal, man. Like, I know for a lot of viewers, like, oh, it's a CL team, it's not a PL team, who cares? But it does mean a lot for these younger teams like, yo, I'm going up against a CL team, dude. Like, that's crazy. You know what I mean?
At the end of the day, how many people out there are even in CL?
True. Tell them like it is,
a lot of people on the outside looking in.
Yeah, that's right.
So, hey, that's
Tell them like it is.
Azara, I love that team. I want to see him back again. I really love
They had a very humble coach.
Yeah, big time. But you know what? Let's go ahead and jump into the interview with a player from the winning team. I'm pretty sure it might be Yeti. Yeti, what's going on, man?
What up, Ellie? How you doing?
You hear that?
I love you too, Stokes.
He said he loves you too. So, Xander, this is familiar territory for you, man. This is pretty much expected. But earlier on in the map, you guys start off on attack, and yes, you did win a lot of rounds. But at first, you guys start to struggle a little bit, and that was due to their aggression. How did you overcome that, and what were your thoughts about them starting to slow down that aggression and that heavy roam play later on when they were playing defense?
So as far as like the early aggression, the blue stairs, it's just like we couldn't get rid of one of the ADS at the bottom, so like we ran out of nades and then he just killed two of us. I mean, it happens. This blue stairs can be a meat grinder for either side. Yeah. And then as far as the roam goes, it was kind of a weird look. It didn't make a lot of sense, like the walls and like the reinforcements and stuff, and we just didn't hold the right angles and collectively gather a pinch. So we were ready for it if they did throw another roam look at us the next round, though. We just had to adjust.
Yeah. Yeti, you've been a big name in the scene for so long now. It's actually ridiculous. So, Disrupt Gaming, you guys are a well-known organization and a team. You guys have made so many team changes. And you and I, we spoke about this before, but even bringing in Carnage now, it's always a new look. Why Carnage, and why do you think this team can do better than what you had in the past?
So, I think Karn brings like a good bit of experience and help with like the IGLing. In my opinion, like where the game is now, there's just so much stuff you have to deal with inside the round. For me, I IGL from the entry fragging position. Okay. I see a lot of early things and mid-round things, but Karn at the support role sees sight, sees a lot of like the late round ID, like utility and operators. Yeah. And it's good to have someone else that can help you coordinate things, because it's really hard to coordinate a site execute when I'm not necessarily like right on site, where Karn is always seeing it. He like, yo, cover my angle, I'm gonna go plant here, or we gotta get rid of this bubble so I can go plant here. So Karn helps a lot as far as like terms of IGLing. I think he also brings a little bit more fragging power to the team than what Rainbow could bring. But and of course that helps too. I mean, it always helps when you're winning your ones.
Big time. So you have one more game to qualify for the US Finals once more. You made it last year. We all believe you can make it this year. But there you have it. So you guys are gonna have to face off against EG or Illuminati, the winner of that game. Mm-hmm. What are your thoughts about that? And I'm going to leave the floor to you to say whatever you want to the viewers and the fans out there.
I think the LG EG game is going to be really good. I think they're like polar opposites in terms of play styles. I think LG is a lot more in your face, and I think EG tries to be a little bit more methodical with it, and then they kind of thrive off of certain players making big plays. And I guess, I mean, same with LG too. But we're going to prep for whoever wins. It doesn't really matter. It's just, we're going to give it our all and, hopefully qualify for LAN. But and to the viewers, we appreciate all the love and support. The DG fans are goaty. I always see the emotes and stuff, so special shout out to them. I appreciate all you guys. So does the team. We wouldn't be able to keep going without y'all.
Yeti, Stokes, now we love you, man. We want to wish you the best of luck, and hopefully we can see you in Vegas later on this year, okay?
That sounds good.
All right, take it easy, man.
Take it easy, buddy. Love you, Stokes.
Love you too, buddy.
Oh, man. Yeti,
that's my boy, man.
Yeah,
I love that kid. I love that kid.
He's filthy, man. He deserves all the success that comes his way, and stay with the guys on Disrupt Gaming. And, yeah, that's pretty much it. So MVPs, go ahead.
Mine is not Yeti, just to preface. I'm just saying, like, I'm a Yeti supporter, but Reed is the one who stood out to me throughout the entire game. Able to lock things down, especially his smoke play inside of Janitors. That's what stood out to me as a resident smoke player when I did play comp. It's always good when you see, a master of their craft. And Reed was doing a very good job of being able to continue to play multiple angles, keep the door locked down. He had a very good mindset for what his job was. And the biggest fact, folks, he was not scared to burn that utility early in order to stave off a push so they could try and get a flank off. That's something that a lot of smoke players do not do. They hold onto that utility too long, and they end up dying with it because the execute is able to happen, and you do not use your toxic babes properly.
And with you picking a smoke player, I'm going to go ahead and choose another smoke player from that team.
Oh,
It was
okay.
Spades. Both of
Okay.
these guys just, they took turns dominating. And yeah, Spades, he was having big plays, man. We call him 11-3.
Yeah, plus 8.
11-3.
Plus 8 had an entry.
We take those.
Yeah.
Okay, we take those.
We take those.
Spades was a grown man in that game, and it
Yeah.
showed. So
Yes.
that's pretty much it. We're going to get all the full stats coming up to you right now. Reading Spades on top of the board, 23 kills combined, 23-8. When your two top fraggers go 23-8, that only says good things about your lead guys, especially if one of them is an anchor player.
Yeah, Reed doing a very good job on the Maverick. We saw quite a few kills coming in from him on that front. But the other person I do really want to highlight is going to be Yeti. As you guys heard, he is going to be the IGL for most of the round that they go through. But, he was marking out the fact that they kind of do a duo IGL, and that's something that's extremely popular. I see a lot on the subreddit, just on Twitter in general, people asking, well, who's the IGL for this squad? That really doesn't work anymore because of exactly what Yeti said. There's so much stuff in the game that one person doesn't know that's going on that you have to have somebody else with eyes, obviously, that can say what's going on. Carnage sees a lot of the site. Carnage is their site execute IGL. Yeti just IGLs for the overall, saying like, hey, we need to bring this operator lineup instead. This is something that happened, stuff along those lines in order to try and propel themselves to a victory. That's what your mainstay IGL's job is going to be, is the early game, the mid game, and also the lineup adjustments, or, hey, I have this plan of what we need to do. This is what they did. We're going to counter them with this, as well as having that backup IGL to try and get you onto site. But I know that you guys are ready for this next game, Veli.
Yes.
It's going to be Luminosity versus Evil Geniuses. We'll see you guys after the break.